What's up, guys? So it's been a long time. I know I haven't filmed in a long time. It's been crazy busy just trying to get things together. But today is Sunday, right, baby? Today's Sunday, and we didn't go to the gym yesterday, just relax. It was pouring hard. It was actually pretty, I needed a break. So what happened is my legs were still very sore from the previous leg session that I had a few days ago. So today we're actually going to train lower body. And also we did some baking last night. Made some snickerdoodle cookies, and these are not macro friendlies at all. You gotta see the amount of sugar we threw in them. Carb content is high. Fats probably minimum, to be honest, bare minimum, because it wasn't like too much butter, too much, like we only added like half a cup, so nothing crazy. Check out all the snacks that we did buy yesterday from the Dollar Tree store. So we got lots of Baby Ruths, we got some chocolate, we're gonna use this for cookies, tons of chips and candy. So guys, my chocolate craving is pretty much gone, but I've been craving for gummy candies now. So I don't know what's going on with me, but that's the update. And also my appetite has been pretty crappy, meaning that I've been eating, so that's the one thing I really don't like about binging, and also intuitively eating, because I'm easily satisfied. So for example, this morning I had like maybe like 4 cookies and a Baby Ruth bar and 1 cup of coffee, and I'm full already. And it wasn't like I ate a lot last night, but I did drink a shake. I do try to make sure I hit my protein intake and the carb intake. I don't care if it's like 500, 600 and my fats are like 80 or 90. I make sure I hit it, because I'm starting this mini cut exactly in 1 week. Well, a week and a day. I'm starting on the 20th, so that's gonna be a nice, I'm still deciding how long I should mini cut for. Originally I was supposed to go to Texas, and I was gonna start afterwards, but that didn't work out because so many things are happening. So what happened is that I'm gonna start earlier. So I'm gonna have about 6 to 10 weeks. So I'm not gonna mini cut any longer than the 3rd, November 3rd. But depending how I look now, I don't know how, you know, sometimes I feel like I want to mini cut a little bit just to clean up a little bit, just to have a better starting point. But to be honest, I think 6 to 8 weeks is gonna be more than enough. Guys, also remember how disgusting our yard look, how like beat down and look. Check it out. We finally finished it, and we finished the front yard too. So that's why it was harder to film, because we actually had a lot of, they finished it in 3 days. I have to make sure I water it, just keep it wet for like a week. It's been downpouring here, thunderstorming like every single day. Checked in with some clients already, still waiting for the rest of the clients. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna chill out. We're gonna do a little food shopping at ShopRite. There's some good sales going on. I'm gonna bring you guys to the gym with me. So I was doing a high volume hypertrophy program after the show, and it's crazy because it's been like 8 weeks already. So it's time to transition out and move into a power block. So a periodization, progressive overload training. So I'm back on the max hype and more power hypertrophy. So it's like a fat program. It's pretty well rounded. I do feel my chest growing. My body is sore from doing upper day on Friday. So today's gonna be day 2. I took a day off yesterday. Just wanted to hang out. You know, since I'm not prepping, I could kind of just live it up a little bit. And a lot of my friends are actually competed yesterday. I mean, like a handful of people. It's crazy. You know, from looking at the pictures, everybody had a great time. And you know, it just kind of motivates me to kind of get back to work and build some quality size. And also my summer break's coming to an end. I'm going to work real soon, really soon. I've been going back to work already for a day or 2, but the summer break is almost over. So I'm gonna have a Rockstar. I haven't had one of these yet. I've never tried it at all. But you know, it's what happened is it's $1 from Dollar Tree store. So I was like, let me give it a shot. So I'm gonna try this out, and then I would like to have one more meal, my protein and oatmeal. I gotta have that, and then digest a little bit, and then hit a lower day session. I must say this is pretty good. I don't know if it's because it's chilled, but it's really refreshing. Tastes just like the White Monster, if not a little bit more flavorful. Yeah, we're letting Vinny come out. Oh, Vinny, you can come outside now. You come outside. Yeah, we actually have to, everything's drying up, and we actually have to wet the concrete. Come on, buddy. Let's go. So it's 1 o'clock now. Maggie just woke up from her nap and actually went out to our yard and finished wetting the concrete for a little bit. We have to wet at least twice a day for a week. I have to wet the front yard, the front lawn, before we leave. But it's time for a pre-workout meal because today we are having a lower day session and I am gonna start barbell squatting again. Pretty excited, also pretty nervous because it's been a long time, so it's gonna be, you know, ground zero again, trying to relearn every movement, every technique. But what I'm gonna have is, you know it, oats. So some of you guys might be wondering why I've been eating pre-workout meal oats. One is that I like to digest a little bit before I go, so by the time it digests, I feel better at the gym, more energy, and also I like to consume more carbs during my pre and my post workout. Also, because I've been intuitive eating, it's harder to kind of consume more carbs. So what I do is, to ensure that I'm hitting my carbohydrate intake and also protein intake, is that I put about 40 grams, 1 serving, and I throw in tons of frozen bananas, frozen berries, 2 scoops of whey, and some raisins. So it's packing about, I would say, like a good 100 grams of carbs and like 50 grams of protein, 60 grams. So that way it's like in one meal, it's like a good amount of macros for me. And when I come back, I make sure I have my protein shake. That's like another 50 or close to 50 grams. Again, I'm trying to make sure I consume at least 200 to 215 grams of protein. At least minimum 200, I don't care. At least 350 or above carbohydrates, and minimum 70 grams of fats, minimum. So if it goes over, it goes over. If it undergoes, it's fine. As you can see, I do feel not leaner, but like I feel like my body comp has kind of like regulated a little bit, so like it's more evenly distributed now, so it's not just on my face and my stomach. So when I was binging in the beginning after my show, I felt very bloated, my face blew up, but as you can see now, like I actually feel normal, like, you know, like I feel normal. So that's why I'm gonna go on a little mini cut depending how I feel, just to be accountable, to kind of reset my metabolism, kind of reset the maintenance really. My metabolism should be pretty good, but the main goal of resetting my maintenance is to really kind of put myself into that dieting phase where I'm getting hungry again, because like as I mentioned earlier, I don't feel hungry anymore. Like I'm easily satiated, so I want to make sure that I'm in a better starting point so that I can capitalize and consume more calories. So the goal is to mini cut about maybe 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer depending how I want it to be. But I'm gonna reverse out and go pretty aggressive into a more accountable surplus, meaning I'm not gonna binge when I'm done with this mini cut, meaning I'm not gonna eat intuitively. I'm probably gonna start counting on my reverse, like right from the get-go, just to ensure that I'm eating enough and not just high amount of fat. And again, the point of redoing is to kind of rebuild on a slower pace. I'm gonna take 5 years off, so I want to really look decent the next 5 years. I don't want to just be like a slob. However, I know some people eat massive amount and it's okay, but it's just, you know, this is always a part of my plan when I was binge eating, just to reset myself a little bit, better starting point, and then reverse hard. Like I want to be back into like the mid 3,000 caloric maintenance, maybe go 4,000 and down, you know, down the line closer to holidays. But for now, as I told Maggie's here right now. Say hi, baby.
Hi.
Yeah. So she's been saying like why she was asking why she's so tired. She just woke up from a nap, and I told her that's usually a sign of us needing to get out of the house. Like sometimes relaxing at home is good, but when you relax too much,
because I haven't been to the gym for a week.
It could be. So today we're both gonna squat again. It's gonna be very interesting, right, baby? So let me make my bowl of oats right now, guys. We're getting ready for the gym. Look at that, Maggie looking pretty beefy. In a good way, So, I have my pre-workout shake, you know what it is, C4, some creatine, and Vasky. And I have to water the front lawn just before we leave. It looks like it's about to rain, but I don't think it's supposed to, so just in case. Sweat the floor. I don't know if you guys remember what it used to look like. It was a jungle over here. It's over. It's over. Alright guys, so here it is. This is our first time squatting since the end of prep. Maggie haven't squatted in a long time either. I mean, it's been like a year for her about, ever since she tweaked her ankle. So what I like to do is always kind of accolade my sets. I always like to warm up just to make sure that my hips are opening, just to form check as well. And as you can see, my knees are extending quite more than I would like because it's been a long time. And even though I hack squat and I use a power squat rack, it's very different. The movement's different itself. This is my second warm-up set. Again, what I typically try to do is just check on my form and make sure that everything's going well and that I'm not just moving the weight up. As you can see, it's slightly better, but I'm seeing some butt wrinkles, so I'm going a little bit too low, I believe. So I gotta open up my hips a little bit more and just try to like shoot up. Here is a little bit better. This is my third warm-up set. As you can see, I'm slowly adding more weight onto the bar just to make sure that I can handle the weight, because one thing I always try to do coming back on is I encourage people to really take it slow, especially if you haven't done the movement in a long time, because you never want to hurt yourself just trying to get back into the game. Alright, so typically Maggie is starting from scratch again. She's just trying to get used to the movement, to the weights, to wearing a belt, sleeve, squat shoes. It's been a long time for her. As you can see during this set, Maggie really extend her knees way too much. So she pretty much focuses on going down by bending her knees first, and that's not good at all because you put a lot of pressure on your knees. So pretty much after this set, I kind of went back and showed her the video so that to cue her to kind of open up her hips more and sit low and keep the tension on her quads. Luckily, Maggie's a very quick learner, so she pretty much, once she sees what she's doing wrong, she can really correct it pretty quick. To be honest, like sometimes when I cue her, it's kind of like cueing myself too. So again, this is 225, still warming up, still acclimating, just to see where I should start for a working set. So today we're working with 5x5s. It should be typically heavier. However, at this point, not squatting for a long time, pretty much any weight is pretty heavy on the bar. Alright, so this is one of Maggie's working sets. So again, after the cueing, after she went back into the video, she's really taking her time and it's much better. However, again, we have to really work a few more sets, a few more sessions, just try to get used to the movement again. Overall, it really kicked our ass. As you can see, it's still quite bending, extending in the front, but you know, slow and steady. You know, that's the point of the game. There's really no rushing it into, especially with a movement like squats or bench press. It's like you got to really, take it slow. You don't want to like hurt yourself. But I definitely have no doubt that Maggie's gonna get better because her tempo and pacing was already better after the cueing. Here, this is, I believe, 255 or 275 actually, and just trying to get used to it. This was actually one of my first working set because it was pretty heavy, but it wasn't like as heavy as I went up to towards the end of my prep. But again, I want to take it slow. I don't want to run myself to the ground, hurt my joints. Everything felt pretty good here. I was surprised. I definitely see the higher volume after contest prep kicking in and helping out. Otherwise I would probably lose a lot of strength. Endurance wise, I actually feel pretty good as well because of due to the high volume training I had for the last 8 weeks after my last show. Again, during those high volume training, it was a lot of higher, not super heavy weights, but heavy moderate weights. So again, the higher volume kind of compensated for the lower load of weight. And this is, I believe, was my third set, and this is actually 295, and I felt pretty good with the 275 for the 2 sets. I always do 2 sets for the first time hitting new weights because I want to just make sure I can do it, not just throw on even more weight after doing it for the first time. So this is, I believe, my third set, and it felt pretty good, to be honest. It was for coming back for the first time, 295, not bad at all. The pacing was pretty good. Took my time breathing, staying tight. One thing's for sure is that I'm not used to having all that weight on my back. So definitely I had some bruisings on my traps, and that's just something I gotta get used to. I think after a few more sessions of squatting, it will be feeling normal again. Alright, so this is actually my last set 5 with 295. I could have gone to 315, but I really decided to take it slow because it's my first day back, and these are already working out my quads a lot. So I didn't really think it was necessary to jump on to throw on more weight this quick because it's just one extra set. And but for sure is the next time I do 5x5s, I'll definitely add more weight. And as you can see, I'm feeling more comfortable. Everything looks so much cleaner compared to the warm-up set. So definitely going up during my next training block. And here is Meggie actually deadlifting. I'm actually really proud of Meggie's sumo deadlifting because it's been a long time. I actually have some footage of her deadlifting during her contest prep about a year ago. It's crazy. About 2 years ago, a year ago. Definitely great to see her improve so much with her technique. To be honest, her technique is actually cleaner than mine. Her hips didn't sit too low, and as you can see, she tightens up her upper back and everything. So super important for the cueing. Believe it or not, watching her deadlift actually helps me deadlift sometimes. How does it feel? It was good. It was good. Alright guys, so here it comes. This is the time that it's sumo time. So I didn't really warm up for this movement because typically after working out legs with the volume, my hips are pretty much fired up. And again, I was working in with my buddy John from Powerhouse, and he was working with 405 as well. So I didn't want to keep taking off the weight and adding it back on, so I pretty much just jumped straight into the 405s. And again, I was super pleased with my form this time around because if you notice my last training videos during my contest prep and my last leg day, one of my problem was sitting too low from with my hips. And typically I hate that because I tend to squat the weight instead of shooting up from the hip. But as you can see with these last 2 sets, it wasn't too low. My hips were feeling good. The speed was great. It felt great to honestly lift heavier weights because, again, my last training block was more about hypertrophy, and it was on the higher volume. So pretty much 8 to 15 reps. I didn't do anything lower than 8 reps. And again, I couldn't go as heavy. But next this is Meggie moving on to her leg extension. Typically, Meggie, we always start at the same time, but she's able to move so much faster than me because just my recovery time, my rest time in between sets is much longer than hers. And again, Meggie's quads have grown tremendously. I mean, they're not super huge, but you can definitely see the shape. That's the amazing thing about the human body because every time you recomp, it looks better and better. Here comes set 5, my last set of 405s, and again, I was really pleased with how fast this was moving. Everything looked good. Yeah, I mean, the speed was just great. I felt great. My hips were good. Definitely form and technique was good. I was really pleased overall, and hopefully the next time I deadlift again or squat, my technique will keep improving to help me keep pushing more weight. So after squatting and deadlifting, I move on to hip thrust. So one thing I don't really like using the barbell hip thrust is that I noticed that it takes longer for me to set up, and it's just so much easier with the dumbbell. And I really focus on the contraction, like really going down and squeezing the glutes as hard as I can. So I'm definitely gonna start doing these, the dumbbell hip thrust and also cable hip thrust, to kind of build my glutes, because one thing I want to bring up for the next time I step on stage is bring a bigger booty. Yes. I know it looks kind of weird for me to do this because typically at the gym, for the average goers, it seems weird seeing a guy trying to build their glutes. But for me, for a bodybuilding aspect, I just want a more complete package, a more complete look. So I'm trying to really just build more density, and so the next time around, for my rear shots and rear poses, it will look better, and also my side relaxes. So I'm really liking it so far. Definitely just squeezing tight, and again, you don't have to go super heavy. Well, at least I'm not going heavy right now. I'm just really making sure I'm contracting really hard. The goal is to eventually progressive overload each time I go. So, little by little, it's going to be adding to a lot. So again, I already see the difference in density, the way I'm filling out my shorts and my shirt. So slow and steady. And after the hip thrust movements, I'm moving into the leg extensions. And for here, this is like the final leg extension workout, the quad workout, just to get the blood flowing and pumping. Again, these, I want to get the nice stretch. I want to get the teardrops. I was really pleased with how my legs looked this time on stage, and I just want to see how I look in the next 3-5 years.
Had a great workout now. It really was a great workout. I'm exhausted, and we are now going to ShopRite because we are going to buy Haagen-Dazs ice cream because it's on sale. We're going to buy some chicken wings. We're going to buy some chicken breasts, some pork loins, some steak, maybe some veggies, some veg. But I had a great workout. What about you, baby? You had a great workout?
Yeah.
It was good.
First time squatting again.
I know. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. Alright, so we got some pork loins, got some steak, got some chicken wings, and now we're here
Colombian coffee.
for the ice cream.
What do you want?
Which one do you want, baby?
Triple roof sundae. Oh no, it's heavy. What is it? It has it has caramel. I don't like caramel.
So we're heading back home now, and we did get ice cream. We got the Turkey Hill chocolate vanilla, but we left the coupon, the super savings coupon, at home for ShopRite, so we couldn't get the
For Haagen-Dazs, not for ShopRite.
Oh yeah, so we couldn't get the 3 for $6 sale. So AKA we gotta make another trip, but we'll probably do that later on, not anytime soon. Otherwise, the sale's not really worth it. Making a second trip, it's like you're trading gas money just to save $1. So it's not worth it. So we're just gonna go home, eat some Turkey Hill ice cream, and make some wings. I gotta take some pictures for my dad because he wants to see what the finished job looked like, the steps. So I'll do that. And yeah, major fail.
I just had my 2 scoop of shake. Now I'm eating a cookie. Maggie is getting the wings ready.
Fried wings. Okay, can you put the other one?
Have some wings. It's about to get real, guys. It's about to get real. This is how you eat when you're not tracking macros, right, baby?
Yeah. We couldn't figure out what to eat, so we're like, oh, let's just make wings.
Yeah.
That's the best way. Home cooked stuff.
Guys, don't mind it here, it's a little nutty, but it's time to eat.
and then probably finish some client work. I'm waiting for a few more clients to check in with me. But check this out, guys. Maggie, we finally got a frame, and we framed my article, The Night I Turned Pro. Check it out, guys. Wrote a nice little paragraph about me. It was awesome, guys. Definitely a night to remember. So this whole thing is complete now till next season, guys. Till one of my clients step up, I'm gonna add on to this. It's 8:44 now. Maggie's sleeping right now. Finishing with some client check-ins. As you can see, I usually make like a little spreadsheet for all the people I check in with. So almost done. Just missing a few more guys. All these guys. So yeah, whoever pretty much checked in with me got a reply already, and I'm gonna probably just chill out a little bit, shower, have some ice cream. I've been trying to watch some Sharknado because my friend Eddie was telling me that I should watch it. When I saw it like a few years ago, I thought it was stupid, but I'll give it a shot right now. So I'll probably just chill out for the rest of the night and have some ice cream, walk Vinny, and tomorrow's gonna be another day. Tomorrow's gonna be a chest and arm day, I believe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.